And again, my name's Nareth. I work for Ipsos. I get to go all the way around the country, talk to people about different topics, whether it's cars or technology, whatever it may be. Today, we happen to be talking about cars. So really, I just want to talk to you about kind of your experience and what you saw. So let's start about introductions and really get a sense of who you are, what's the vehicle that qualified you for this study, who's in your household, do they drive any cars?
Okay.
What
Are you going to ask
fun?
one question at a time?
Go ahead, go for it.
Okay, so what qualified me was, well, actually, I thought this was a charge for Chargers because my 2016, I have two 2016 Chargers. They qualified me, I thought, and we have 3 Jeeps, and I thought that was qualified me, but that's why I thought the Chargers. And I also told her that I used to have a, my 50th birthday car was a 2013 Challenger SRT 8 with a mp4 exhaust, cold air intake, and Hertz shifter.
Wow, you're a driving
enthusiast.
So that was,
right, so that's why I was excited to come here. I have 4 other drivers in the house, my husband, I have a 23-year-old son, 22-year-old son, and a 20-year-old son. They all drive. 2 of them drive a stick along with me. The only one that doesn't is my oldest son.
Gotcha. You got a driving family then, huh? So what do you do for fun, for work?
Work is, we have a heavy construction company, sewers and water mains, mostly in the city of New York. Fun, I'm kind of like an amateur photographer, sports. That's pretty much it.
Awesome. Awesome. Well,
what else?
Lisa, thank you for being here with us.
Oh, no problem.
So wanted to talk to you a little bit about your experience and just what you saw out there. So what's the first thing that kind of came to mind when you got out there on the floor and you saw all these cars?
The first thing that came to mind was that there were no Chargers.
You were hoping for a Charger? You were like, where's my Charger? So that's great to know. You coming from a Charger perspective, an owner.
Yeah, really it's like muscle cars.
Yes.
Because I had my 40th birthday car was a Mustang Cobra. My 30th was a Thunderbird, not too muscly, but my first car was a 89 Camaro. Right. So anyway, what did I first notice out there? Besides there were no Chargers, you could see that every other car was a Volkswagen, so you kind of realize this was a Volkswagen thing. I don't really like them.
Okay. Then the cars or Volkswagen?
The Volkswagens, like
the ones you saw there, or just Volkswagen?
The ones that I saw here. I haven't really researched Volkswagens lately, so I don't know what to compare them to.
Yeah. What was it that you didn't like about them, just initially?
The outsides were okay. They looked too bulky for. There was too much bulk on most of the bottoms of the cars. If you're standing in the front, from the Volkswagen sign down, they just seemed bulky and heavy. It's a heavy look. From the windshield up, seemed like too small. So it seemed like the passenger compartment was too small. So,
what do you think made that perception? That made you feel like it was too small? Was it
because the glass was smaller and it was overpowered by the bottom part of the car, by the hood and the whole front that you're looking at, even on the sides. There was too much space between the windows and the bottom of the car, where the door, like the whole door part, it just seemed like there was too much. It was too heavy a look. And too much space. Some of them also had too much glass.
Too much glass.
Too much glass
there was that
over
question
the top.
about the balance of metal.
Too much glass because you feel like it's going to be too hot. If you get a nick in your windshield, it goes all the way over the top of your car. So it isn't just a simple glass replacement. That's a big thing. Driving around here in New York, you can be behind a truck or even a car, have a rock shoot up, and now you need, whatever the cost is, or the time, whatever. It's just, I didn't like that.
Okay, understood. Was there anything on there that you're like, oh wow, that's actually kind of neat, I would consider it?
I wouldn't buy any of those,
but
the lights that you have, like the front lights, they're interesting. I don't know if they're how they would work because they don't seem big enough, but they have a good styling. And in the back, some of the red lighting around the back isn't bad either, but overall, not appealing to me.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit about you went through a series of different exercises. You came in, you had a little bit of a briefing about, the future of mobility. What before coming into here, what was your experience with any type of alternative powertrain vehicle, whether hybrid or a plug-in hybrid?
None whatsoever, except I did go into the Tesla dealership and I told them that it would be cool. I mean, the way their cars are, I don't know if you either get a 1 axle or 2 with power. I said, just put different tops on them. Let me put a charger top on your Tesla, right?
Okay, okay.
And these alternative vehicles, they don't make sound. I like the sound of an engine. When I got my Challenger, one of my criteria was, and the reason I put the Mopar exhaust in it, because I want the hair on the back of my neck to stand up when I turn the car on.
Okay.
Now I realize at some point that's all going to change, and these young generations, they have no idea what they're missing. But
well, let me ask you that with that whole sound. Like, I think there's some cars out there that have these kind of hybrid electric engines, and they kind of put this artificial sound to maybe make it sound a little bit more. Does that?
That's like having paddle shifters on your car instead of using a stick.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, so that's not going to
be. And I realize that I'm going to be a strange breed for you people. I get it. You got this old woman here telling you about muscle cars. I get it.
That's a majority of the people right now, right? That just moving into the future and thinking about this stuff is kind of new for a lot of people, right?
No,
so
I know.
That's really it. It's just kind of really understanding.
Honestly, I like technology.
Yeah.
I like the technology, but when it comes to cars, there's just. It's an experience that you can't duplicate.
So have you ever even considered purchasing an alternative powertrain vehicle? Was it even ever on your radar?
Look, I know at some point I would like a Tesla, but right now, no.
Okay. And at some point, what's that some point? What would
I'm
have
old.
to change? When you're old. Right now, you're here to have fun then. Okay, I like that. Okay, so yeah, so you came in and you went into that kind of briefing. In terms of all the information that was presented to you, what was your thoughts about what the potential future might look like? Was it believable, or are you kind of like, I don't know if that's really
No, it's believable.
You
could tell it's down the pike. It's, you need the infrastructure for it. But what they really all should do, whoever's doing these, the charging stations need to be compatible. Who wants to have, 15 different automakers with 15 different charging stations? It's like the chargers for the iPods and the Samsung, not Samsungs, but the Androids. Who wants that? Right. And we're talking 2, and people don't like it. What are you going to do with multiple?
That's a very good point. That's a very good point. So after kind of hearing that information, did that change your perception of anything, like what you might do in the future? You're just like, hey, that's cool, but I still want my Challenger?
Let somebody else do it.
I got you.
I still want my Challenger.
All right. So I guess, again, looking ahead into the future, like at what point is it going to take for you to start considering that, other than just being old? Is it about the infrastructure? Is it about pricing?
A lot of it's about the infrastructure. Pricing, not so much. It's about the infrastructure, the convenience at the house. I don't jump into like these kind of things before anybody else. I don't want the hassle. I want all the kinks worked out. I'm not going to pay for that or do that. Right. So a lot of it's the infrastructure, and then it's going to be, the next thing for me will be the reliability. I don't want, something that's going to have problems because the kinks aren't worked out.
Right. So you'd rather wait to see, maybe have somebody else buy that vehicle first and figure out.
Have all these other people buy it first, and then I'll decide.
Okay, that's good. All right, and then you went through a couple different exercises. It looks like initially, like for your next vehicle, you might be looking for a Maxima, is that right?
No, not really. My next vehicle I want will either be another Challenger or it will be a Charger SRT.
Okay.
But it wasn't a choice.
Okay, it wasn't on the list there. All right, so it would be the Charger, but yeah, you're definitely looking to go gas, and that completely makes sense. Okay, and then in terms of, let's talk about this because you haven't driven a battery electric vehicle. What are your perceptions of how electric vehicle drives?
Well, I know they're quicker.
Okay.
Because I've seen the Teslas. I've been next to them. Right. I know they're quick. Well, the Teslas at least are quicker. I don't know the other battery ones. My perception, yes, I know it's cleaner. I really know nothing else about them.
Okay. But you do have a perception that they are quicker, you're saying, and that's particularly with the Teslas.
I know the Teslas are.
Right?
I don't know about, because they're all battery, but I don't know about like they have the Chevy Cruises out there. Is that
the
battery?
Cruise is actually a gas engine. The Cruise is a gas engine.
I don't even know what other. I mean, the Prius. I mean, it's a putt-putt. I'm not getting in that thing.
Right. Okay. Wonderful. Those are all the questions I have. I told you it was going to be quick and easy.
That's easy.
Look, you didn't have to worry about the camera at all. You're good. Lisa, thank you so much. I appreciate you spending some time chatting with us. Yeah, go ahead and take that. You can take this badge.
Yes,
and get you
my glasses.
checked out and get you your money, and you're out of here.